We're going to take a look at what I personally believe is probably the most important tool to use when you are looking at, say, structuring and more or less starting your company in general, and that is the stakeholder analysis. We're going to take a look at what it is, what it does, and how it can be useful to a startup. So when we talk about stakeholders, we are looking at, say, customers, those who are likely to purchase your products. We are looking at shareholders, those who are have a stake, have an equity stake in the company and have objectives for the company. You are looking at, say, the regulatory authorities that are responsible for, say, you're going into medicine. There are certain rules and regulations you need to meet. So, generally speaking, you are looking at the rules and regulations you need to meet in relation to taxes, in relation to tax authorities, that is, in relation to those who impact on and are impacted by your activities as a company. Now, a lot of clients have dealt with overlooked the importance of this analysis. For example, I've had situations whereby we've had shareholders get together and say, okay, we want to purchase this product in this vicinity, etc. Can you let us know if it's feasible to sell this product in this vicinity? Yet during the stakeholder analysis, you come to see that, oh, the shareholders had different objectives for the product, and the shareholders didn't know they had different objectives for the product. So now the viability of the company, it comes into question, because now the shareholders start to look at themselves and think to themselves, okay, so are we really interested in going on with this because we see things differently, or they need to come to an agreement as to what they believe the company's short-term objectives and long-term goal is. Okay, so now let's use an example. Let's say you are looking to sell bottled water, you believe is a great idea. If you are not a sole proprietor, sole owner, say you have partners and you have shareholders, and you need to understand what their interests are because they are investing in the business. So first of all, you need to understand, okay, so how much are they looking at making within, say, a year, 2 years, etc. You need to understand what type of culture and image they want the company to exude agreeably. You need to understand, say, from the shareholders' perspective, what their long-term vision is for the company. So with that, you can more or less shape your vision statement around that and work towards it. Now, with regards to the customers, you need to send out questions and you need to ask them, okay, so what do they think about, maybe what alternative do they drink in when it comes to, say, bottled water? Now, how much does it cost? Would they purchase, say, A, B, and C, that's in relation to your product at this price? You can look at designs, you can look at where they purchase from, you can look at why they purchase what they purchase, and all this gives insights. It's not a guarantee that what you are doing will work, but it helps to build on more or less, I don't want to use the word concrete foundation. It helps to build on a foundation based on substance or quality. When conducting the stakeholder analysis, people use something called a power interest grid, which literally just takes a look at power and interest. And by that I mean, so say with stakeholders, shareholders, they have a high interest and they have the power to, say, change the products, dissolve the company, etc. So they'll be on a higher level of importance in terms of the grid. You have your consumers, they literally purchase the product. So yes, so that's, you look at who impacts on the company the most and you more or less gauge it. Now, once you have that power interest grid, you take a look at, say, those who are at the top and what their priorities are, and pay attention to that. And obviously, you also have your principles and your fundamentals you want to work around. But more or less, this is how you conduct the stakeholder analysis. And it is so important because it grants you insights into what all the key players in regards to your company's success view things.